How about this from Richard? He says, MG, get us your share of the duty-free fags on the way back from America.
Yeah, exactly.
Pack it in.
Yeah.
Thanks for your encouragement.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, if you're going to do that, then let somebody else benefit. That's a very good idea. Now, that record, okay, this could be the last time. That's a Stones classic.
It is.
And the reason we're playing that is because, of course, it is the, Born on This Day. Brian Jones.
Yes.
1942. Died 1969, so he's a member of the 27 Club, you know.
He is indeed.
Yeah, that's right.
Terribly tragic death, actually.
Very tragic death, and a very mysterious death, actually, to which, to this day, Keith Richard still really doesn't want to talk about, you know. I mean, the story behind it is that he is regarded as the founder of the Rolling Stones, even though obviously Mick Jagger became the frontman of the Rolling Stones. It was all, apparently, according to rock historians, Brian Jones's idea.
Well, he was certainly what was thought to be at certain points the creative kind of force of the band.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, yeah, creative force. Not only that, but he came up with the name, apparently, Rolling Stones.
Did he?
Which was a lyric from a blues song?
Papa was a Rolling Stone?
Yeah, something like that.
I think that came out a bit later, didn't it? I don't know, I'm not sure.
Well, it was definitely a line he got from, was there a Bob Dylan song then, like a Rolling Stone? Did
like
that come
a Rolling
out by
Stone?
then?
No, but that was after they started as
was
well.
Was it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, he said, Rolling Stone must be some sort of blues expression or something, because he took it from a song. I remember reading the book about it, right? Now, he recruited Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, right? He died at 27 after drowning in the swimming pool of his home in East Sussex.
Yes.
The home was, in fact, the same home that was previously owned by A.A. Milne, who wrote Winnie the Pooh, thank you.
Robin.
And where poo sticks, you know, where they throw the sticks into the stream.
Pooh Sticks Bridge.
Yeah, that's right, and run to the side of the bridge, see which one comes through first.
Yeah.
So that was all amazing, but the strangest thing was, his death is still cloaked in mystery, because Mick Jagger and Keith Richards were on the way down there in Rolls Bentley, right? And they were going to sack him. He was, he'd lost control of himself. He was 27, and, you know,
well, he'd become a heroin addict, didn't he?
I think that is probably the case, but also drink and heroin and drugs and all, and he was completely useless in sessions in the studio and couldn't play guitar, so they decided he was holding it up, so they went down there, even though he was the founder, and they actually sacked him, and they had to say to him, look, you're out the group, even though he'd founded it.
Yeah.
And then the following morning, they learnt that he was found face down in his swimming pool at the very house where they'd been the night before. Terrible shock. I mean, think, you know, you work closely with someone like you and I suddenly found you, somebody
down the swimming pool.
Somebody rang me up and said, Mike Graham's been found face down. It'd be a bit of a shock.
It would, yeah.
And,
well, you'd just go work with Mike Osmond, though, wouldn't you?
Probably, yeah, that's right, yeah.
It'd take a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Get him on the phone.
Well, you know...
Hey, by the way,
you got to be flexible.
You know he's been doing these Trump impersonations?
Yes.
Trump is apparently addressing Congress as we speak.
Yes.
So we may have to get into that in a little while.
Indeed. We might have
see how he's getting on.
We might have our own take on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting round to the Brian Jones thing, there was a story that persisted for years, I think it still does, that Brian Jones, in his craziness, had ordered a lot of work to be done on this house.
Right.
And it had all been done, and then a local builder had not been paid. And somebody came round to talk to Brian about where the money was for the bill.
Yeah.
And, you know, some sort of altercation took place, and nobody quite knows.
Is this meant to have happened on the night of his death?
Yes, yes.
What, so the suggestion being that something foul may have happened?
Yes, that's right. There's a suggestion that it wasn't necessarily just a straightforward, he was out of his head and he fell in the pool.
Which is the most likely explanation, I suppose.
Well, I would think so, wouldn't you?
The other one,
guy who's off his head and
the other
just
one
been thrown
being
out the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, the other one being that he became depressed and maybe killed himself.
Yeah. Or didn't know what he was doing. Yeah.
No, but I mean, he could have also taken a view that, I've just been fired from the one thing I love.
Yes.
And I'm not going to be able to work with these guys again.
Yeah.
Which could have caused him to take his own life,
If you read the book, by the way, about Brian Jones, I mean, he's such a fascinating bloke. He was an inveterate womanizer. I mean, inveterate, like...
Well, I think they all were,
sexual predator. Yeah, I think they all were, yeah.
I mean, I think both... Keith maybe to a slightly lesser extent, but certainly Jagger still is.
And of course Bill Wyman slept with more women than the other two put together. Apparently he had an insatiable appetite.
Over 1,000.
Yeah, but even as a young man, I don't know why I find this funny, because it's not really funny, but Brian Jones was brought up in Cheltenham, so he actually used to sort of romance ladies from Cheltenham's Ladies College.
Cheltenham Ladies College,
They were
yeah.
very posh and all that kind of
was
stuff.
he quite posh as well?
Well, he was quite posh because his father was a vicar.
Yeah.
And what he used to do is, when he moved to the London scene, okay, he used to love really shocking his parents. You know, he broke out of this middle-class upbringing, went and joined the rock scene in London, and wanted to be as sort of wild and notorious and as shocking as possible. So he used to, apparently, this is what I read, I mean, this is not very savoury, but he used
It's a family show this year.
It's a family
Be very careful.
He used to ring up his parents. I say his dad was a vicar. Every Friday and tell them how many women he'd caught venereal disease from that week. I mean, that's shocking.
What, just because he didn't get on with his father?
Because he didn't get on with his father and wanted to upset his
I
father.
presume after a while they would have stopped taking his calls.
I'm not sure, really.
Yeah.
Because in those days, you could always tell when somebody's ringing from a phone box, couldn't you? And they didn't have a phone in the flat that the Stones lived in.
I know.
It's quite,
Absolutely.
I mean, that's quite shocking when you think about it, isn't it?
It is quite shocking. Absolutely shocking. Now.